Hey, what's up everyone? I just started this channel, BR Thor, and I want to talk a little bit what it's all about. So in short, this channel is all about AI with a focus on reinforcement learning, specifically educational videos on more advanced and deeper topics than you traditionally find online or on other channels. The first time I tried to get started in AI was in 2017, and I was getting into the reinforcement learning aspect after reading about all the exciting stuff that OpenAI and other people were doing, and quite frankly, I just couldn't get it to work. So eventually what I did, I went back to my normal routine doing stuff that I normally do and didn't think about it for a while. Come 2019, I tried once again to get reinforcement learning working. This has been a constant interest of mine, and I had kept reading about it, finally decided to go back and try it again. Spent about a month on it, once again, didn't work. Both of these times had one thing in common. I kept using other people's implementations of algorithms and trying to adapt them to my environments I was creating for my specific use case. But the problem was that I had no idea how these algorithms really worked or what was going on with any of the matrixy math under the hood, and me trying to just hack them to work in the environment. Well, I had no idea really if it was working or if it was the algorithms that weren't working. So once again, I went back to my normal work and stopped working on AI. Come October 2020, and I see Kaggle has a reinforcement learning competition, one of their first ones, and this was the Google Research Football competition. And this time I decided I'm going to get in on this, I'm going to go hard, and I'm going to really get this working this time. And I decided to do that. I was going deep. I was no longer going to be using other people's algorithms without understanding what's going on. I was going to understand everything that was going on and know exactly whether or not my implementation of the integration was correct. And this ended up being far more challenging than I envisioned at the outset. So it took about 45 days of the competition, and I worked on it full time. This was a really tough effort, and I found that even some of the most basic things about neural networks and what was going on under the hood, especially in reinforcement learning, were very difficult to learn online. I resorted to reading tons and tons of research papers. Now, the thing about research papers, they're not exactly easy to read. It's not like reading an instruction manual. In fact, quite a bit of it looks like a whole nother language. So in order to understand the research papers, you have to read more research papers and you have to get background material. Luckily, there are a lot of research papers out there called survey papers that have collected a ton of different material for background study. So as I was learning more and more and progressing on the competition, I came to realize that this was a very difficult way to learn things and that there should be better resources online. And I thought to myself, when this competition is done, I'm going to take a look at what I've learned and go back and help other people learn the same thing. Cutting the story a little bit short, I ended up taking 43rd in the competition. Not as high as I wanted to be, but in the top 4% nonetheless. Not bad for my first time actually getting reinforcement learning working. Although I was a little disappointed, I was still proud that I had placed that high. On the final day of the competition, I actually went from 600th to 43rd place by using a totally different method of training the network. This was amazing, far better than I expected at the time, and I decided that I really did need to get out there and help make learning this stuff easier. So right now, the channel is brand new. I have put up my first AI video about how to implement DeepQ learning. It's a total coding tutorial. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It walks you through the entire thing, explaining what each line of code does along the way. And my plan is to publish 3 videos per week. Now, I'm already finding this a little bit difficult because things can easily go off the rails on any AI project and take far longer than you expected. And honestly, that's usually what happens. So we'll see if that sticks to 3 videos per week. For now, I'm still trying to make it happen. If you like the content in this channel and you want to learn more about AI, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm going to be bringing coding tutorials of all the most popular reinforcement learning algorithms over the next couple months, as well as newer and more sophisticated algorithms that are very difficult to find any help on at all. Thanks for watching my first channel update video. Take care and have a great day.